Giving up is easy. That's why it's popular. It asks for nothing, and it takes everything. Most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because quitting feels like relief, and relief is addictive. They blame time. They blame luck. They blame the system. But deep inside, they know the truth. They stopped building and then called it fate. Because responsibility is heavy and excuses are light. Tonight, we're not chasing motivation. We're building something stronger. A silent foundation, the kind that holds when the storm arrives. The storm doesn't create you, it reveals you. In the valley of glass winds, the storms didn't just knock down homes. They erased maps. They made the surface world unrecognizable. So the people stopped building upward, and they started building inward. They became architects of the unseen, tunnels that carried water, chambers that stored heat, walls designed to flex, not crack. And here was the rule. No one could lead until they learned how the city survived. Every citizen studied flow, pressure, failure points, not to become afraid, but to become ready. When the great storm finally came, it arrived like an angry ocean in the sky. Above ground, towers fell like tired giants, but below, the city didn't panic. Because panic is what happens when you meet reality unprepared. Down there, lanterns stayed steady. Children slept. Engineers listened to the walls like doctors listening to a pulse. What saves you in chaos is what you rehearsed in calm. The storm passed, and the survivors didn't celebrate strength. They honored discipline, because they didn't defeat nature. They out-designed it. History loves drama, crowns, speeches, battles. But history is sustained by quieter heroes, builders, planners, archivists, engineers. Look at what survives when power collapses, not the slogans, not the titles, the infrastructure. Roads that keep trade alive. Aqueducts that keep water moving, granaries that keep hunger from becoming chaos, libraries that keep knowledge from turning into ash. Civilizations that lasted asked different questions. What breaks first? Where does stress collect? How do we prevent one failure from becoming a chain reaction? And they prepared before panic demanded it. They standardized measures. They trained apprentices, they stored resources, they documented methods so wisdom didn't die with one mind. When crisis arrived, war, famine, disaster, the unprepared tried to improvise under pressure. Improvisation is expensive. It costs time, mistakes, and lives. Collapse punishes improvisation. But the prepared, they didn't become fearless, they became structured. They moved supplies along established routes. They repaired what mattered first. They kept the system breathing, and because of that, people endured. Not everything that looks powerful is durable. Durability is designed quietly, repeatedly, long before anyone is watching. Picture a civilization that expects disruption the way we expect weather, not with dread, with design. In this future, cities are not strong, they are redundant. Every critical system has a twin, and every twin has a backup. They don't worship last-second courage. They train calm reactions until calm becomes automatic. They run simulations of failure, not to be negative, but to be ready. Then the storm comes. Solar radiation, a grid surge, a supply chain fracture. the kind of event that used to make societies crumble. But here, the alarms don't create chaos. They trigger protocols, seals close, power reroutes, water loops stabilize. The system breathes through the shock. The smartest species prepares for what it hopes never happens. And the most important upgrade isn't metal or code, it's the mind. Because in the end, technology is only a tool. The real future belongs to people who build themselves like cities, with structure, discipline, and reserves. So when pressure hits, they don't break. They switch to survival mode, smoothly. Let's say it plainly. If you want something, a skill, a business, a body, a life you respect, you will meet pain. And when pain arrives, the brain offers you a deal. Quit now and feel relief. That relief feels like freedom. But it's a trap. Because quitting isn't just stopping an action, it's training your identity to retreat. And identity learns fast. So here's the real shift. Stop relying on motivation. Motivation is weather. Discipline is architecture. Build systems that make quitting harder than continuing. Sleep like it matters. Track what matters. Remove the easy escapes. Decide the night before. Show up even when the mood refuses. And when you fail, because you will, don't outsource the blame. Don't call it bad luck. Don't accuse life of being unfair. Take responsibility like a builder takes measurements, calmly, honestly, without drama. Ask, what broke? Where did I leak time? What did I avoid? What can I reinforce? The storm doesn't ask if you're ready, so prepare before you need to be brave. Practice when it's boring. Repeat when it's invisible, because one day the pressure will arrive, and you won't rise to your hopes. You will fall to your preparation. Build in silence, so the storm can't take your shape away. Most people will quit in the quiet, not because they can't do it, but because nobody is watching. But you're not building for applause. You're building for the moment life hits back. So when the urge to quit shows up, treat it like a signal, a warning light, not a command. Step back, adjust the system, return to the work, because the storm is coming for everyone. And when it arrives, it won't negotiate. It will reveal what you practiced. Say it with me, quietly, like a vow. What you build in silence decides who you become in the storm.